Good afternoon guys, today you join me from the city of Katowice. Now I've read a little bit about this place and I got the impression it wasn't really a city people recommended to visit. But I thought, well, I'm going to be in Poland for a long time and I want to visit as much as I can. I want to see as many cities and villages and whatever as I can. So I thought, why not come here and check it out and give you my first impressions. Anyway, today I'm not alone. Today I'm with the lovely Juliczka.
Hi.
Now Juliczka's not been in a video for a while, but we're going to go and check out this city, see what it's got to offer, and yeah, give you our first impressions. Now guys, we've only just got here and Juliczka's already decided to relax, look. What are you doing? You're relaxing? I don't know, we came here to make a video, she's already sat down, there you go. So guys, if you've been watching my Polish videos, you've not met Juliczka yet. So I want to ask her a couple questions. Juliczka, какие впечатления про Польшу вообще?
В первую очередь, это люди, очень доброжелательные люди, которые очень много помогали, которые беспокоились о нас, как о своих родных людях. Мне понравилось, что здесь неспешная жизнь, очень зеленая страна, красивая архитектура, когда соединяется старина и современность. Мне это очень нравится.
Очень круто. So yeah, Juliczka really likes it here too. She's settled quite well now, just like myself really. So later we'll give our first impressions on Katowice. One thing I will say is we did pick quite a windy day to film on, so we didn't come on the best of days. It's a bit overcast, it's a bit windy, but we're going to get through it. We're going to get through this vlog together. It's going to be okay. Julia's hair's... I haven't got much hair to go, so I'm alright. My favourite shop in the whole wide world. It's got a Żabka in Katowice, that's good. It's probably got a Żabka in every city here. So.
Żabka forever.
Żabka forever. Now, guys, let me show you something very interesting. Not, but anyway. Pedestrian crossing here in Poland. It's red. So what we'll do now is stand here for about an hour waiting for it to go green. It's probably one of the only things... This lad's he's smiling, look, because he knows what I'm talking about. Now it's gone green. That was quite quick actually, but usually you've got to wait for ages. So that's probably one of the only pet peeves I got about Poland, apart from the Formula 1 buses. But apart from that, a lovely country. Just the you probably just spend a lot of your life waiting at pedestrian crossings. Well, this is probably the most impressive thing I've seen yet. We got this monument here, which I wanted to come and see, and we got like these office blocks behind. Check them out. It's a bit like Jenga, isn't it? Let's go and take a closer look at this monument though, because that's what I really wanted to see. This monument is called the Silesian Insurgents Monument. I think I've said that word right, Silesian. If I haven't, forgive me. It's a monument to those who took part in the 3 Silesian uprisings of 1919, 1920 and 1921. And if you want to learn more about that, you can have a look on the old internet. But yeah, it's pretty impressive from lots of different angles. There's Juliczka having a touch. So I'd say that's the first impressive thing we've seen in Katowice. Guys, check this out. Beautiful, like little canal area. It's like Venice almost, isn't it? Now this is very nice, I like this. Got these old buildings here, look. Wow. I wonder if you can take a gondola on the canal. Is that possible here in Katowice? If it isn't, maybe that's a business I could start here. Imagine that, sitting on a gondola, admiring the beautiful buildings with a glass of champagne, eating strawberries. Wow, that sounds pretty good. Here we've got the old theatre, look, proudly flying the Ukrainian flags here in a show of solidarity. Get your words out, David. I can't even speak English, let alone Polish. Very nice. Yulichka, where is she? There she is. Yulichka loves old buildings. She's fascinated by them, more so than me. I mean, if we weren't filming, it would literally be every building we'd be stopping at, taking pictures. She absolutely loves it. So Poland's like an ideal country for her to be, really. And I like the beer, like Tiski. I'm easily pleased. Well, I quite like this street. This is a very broad street. This kind of reminds me a little bit of the streets in Nova Huta, where we were a couple videos ago. So this is quite nice. I don't like it when it's like dark and like buildings are closed in a bit. And when we first got it, it was a bit like that. I kind of like a bit of space. If it is going to be closed in, it has to be, you know, obscenely beautiful, you know, a bit like Krakow. But here, this is nice. Check out these buildings here, look, beautiful. What we like to do when we visit other cities is take a look down the kind of like side streets and stuff, not always go into the main areas, because sometimes that's more interesting, to be honest. I mean, I wouldn't say we're specifically outside the city centre now, but you know, just kind of down those nooks and crannies and stuff, and interesting old buildings here. This is an interesting place, look. You can't fault the architecture here. I mean, there's always something for the eye, like I've said before. See the mannequin up there, guys? Don't do it! Don't jump! It's all right, we'll find your arms. Interesting. Now this gentleman on the horse here is quite an important chap. His name, forgive my pronunciation, I think is Joseph Piłsudski. Something like that, anyway. He was a famous military leader here in Poland and one of the main figures responsible for Poland regaining its independence. And there he sits proudly on his horse there, look. Anyway, I think me and Yulichka are going to go for a bite to eat, because we're feeling a bit peckish, and I'm not really in the mood today, guys, really. I'm really not. I'm struggling here. Shall we go and have something to eat?
Da.
That's a yes. She wants to eat. Let's go. Well, guys, we've come to this little restaurant here, and we've ordered some food. Now there's music playing, and I don't want to get the copyright strike on old YouTube, so just a quick one to say I'm drinking a good beer this week. Very nice. And Yulichka's got a coffee, and we got some bread with some spicy stuff there. So just a quick cheers, and then we'll see you outside again. Cheers. Well, that was all right. Filled a hole. I had a burger, and Yulichka had some kind of salmon dish. What was the name of this place? It was called the... Oh my goodness, what's that? What is that? Lakleti Lazaklaj de Blagblonge. I am never going to be able to learn Polish. I can't even... Oh my goodness. Anyway, it was very delicious. So if you're ever in Katowice, I highly recommend that place. The people were very friendly, and price-wise, it was pretty good. The quality of the food was really good. So yeah, bardzo dobre. Guys, I like these signs here. Look, if you repeat a lie often enough, it becomes politics. Never a true word spoken. And here's that #1 idiot terrorist guy, Putin. Let's hope he's not around for much longer, yeah? You see the contrast here, guys. So we got tagging here, look, that just looks awful, doesn't it? But then here we've got this beautiful like mural on the side of a building here, a lot like what you see in like Kiev, for example. I mean, this is fantastic. It's a fantastic idea as well, because it brightens up the place. I mean, this is just a car park, look. with loads of graffiti and stuff. It looks awful. But this is what brightens up the place. So if they had more of these, you can make Katowice look even better. You know, slap some murals on the side of buildings. I like it. Wow, guys, check this out. I'm not even going to attempt. Yeah, I am going to attempt to read this just for fun. Kościół Evangelico Methodistny. Oh, it's a church, isn't it? An Evangelical Methodist church, isn't it? Parafia Nowego Przyzimierza. Wow, that was a mouthful. That's like speaking Welsh, that was. Let's go and check out the little market here. Fruit and veg. Oh, they look nice, look. Tasty. Dzień dobry. Wow, look at the size of those tomatoes. Check those out. Very nice. Some big old strawberries here. Sure. Oh, it's just like cheese and stuff. These things cool. I don't know what they are. Wow, look at these mushrooms. Very fresh. Michonka. Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry.
Well, there you go, guys. A little market for you. In support of Ukraine. There you go. Yulichka's just found here this fish shop, and apparently all this is written in Ukrainian for the Ukrainian people that have come, and then you've got the Polish on the other side there, look. So quite a sweet thing to do, you know, to make sure the Ukrainian people feel at home, you know, and can understand things. So big respect to Delikatesy Rybne. Respect to you. You get mine and Yulichka's approval. Let's go for a walk through this lovely little park here in Katowice. The weather's not too great today, as I said. It's a bit windy today, so I put my coat back on, but let's burn some calories now. So yeah, Katowice, it's a bit of a mixed bag for me. First impressions, how can I put this? I feel that it's a bit too much of a mixed bag here. Like it doesn't know what it wants to be. So you've got some fantastic, beautiful architecture mixed in with some modern architecture too. There's lots of construction going here. It's obviously a developing city. It's just that vibe, this atmosphere, which I just feel like it doesn't know what it wants to be. Like Krakow's really set in its kind of mood and atmosphere. But then on the other hand, it could just be me. It could just be the way I'm feeling today. So would I recommend visiting Katowice? Yeah, why not? You know, because what I think of the place and what other people might think of it is two totally different things, right? Some people may love it, some people may not love it. So, you know, I'd never not recommend a place to visit unless it was, you know, really bad, you know? So yeah, by all means visit. I've got to be honest, I much prefer Krakow. For me, that's on a whole nother level. But no, it's all right. It's fairly interesting. I think Yulichka finds it fairly interesting as well. We'll ask her opinion in a minute. Katowice, however, is very good if you want to buy some beekeeping gear. You see? That's right. And if you don't want to buy some beekeeping gear, but you want to buy some beautiful dresses, you can come here. Тебе нравится это платье?
Конечно. Очень красивые.
If you ever need beekeeping gear or beautiful prom dresses or wedding dresses, whatever they were, come to Katowice. There's a bit of advertising for you. So let me tell you a little bit of history, a little bit about Katowice. So let's walk and talk. So Katowice is the 11th most populous city in Poland, while its urban area is the most populous in the country and one of the most populous in the EU. Oh, there you go. There's not too many people around at the moment though, is there? They're probably all at work. I think we're literally right in the centre now. This all seems to be kind of, you can hear lots of repair work going on. I mean, to be honest, since we've got here, all I've heard is drilling. So yeah, it's probably not the right time to visit at the moment. Visit when all the work's done. I'm sure it'll look a lot better. So Juliczka, I've given my impressions on Katowice. What are your impressions?
В городе Катовица я увидела много зеленых скверов. Также я вижу очень много строительных работ, это будет новое что-то. Также увидела реставрацию старых домов, это тоже радует. И также увидела много магазинов со свадебными платьями. Наверное, Катовица – это город невест.
Oh, there you go, there you go. So that's Juliczka's kind of opinion. You've heard mine, and I think maybe Juliczka has a better impression than I do, but then maybe I need to give it more of a chance. So we come to a nice little street here with lots of restaurants and stuff. We've got a traditional Polish street food here, zapiekanki, which is quite nice. Traditional Polish food. This is more like it. This area has a bit of a better atmosphere. It's a bit more chilled. Doesn't seem to be any work going on. I can't see any graffiti. This is a bit more kind of, you know, what I'm used to in Krakow. Maybe I've been treated too well there, that's the trouble. Well, of course we've had to stop for a little drinky, and I've got some Polish vodka here, and she's drinking on the old white wine, so cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. How do you say cheers in Polish? I don't know how to say cheers. It's probably something a little bit similar to na zdrowie or something like that.
Я скажу по-украински. Будьмо.
Oh, okay, budmo. But what is it in Polish? Seriously. Cheers. Now at the bottom of this street we've got this pretty awesome church we can see in the distance there. It's it's very forbearing over this street with lots of different types of architecture here. What's interesting is that under German occupation, many of the city's historical and iconic monuments were destroyed, most notably the Great Katowice Synagogue, which was burned to the ground on 4th of September 1939. And this was followed by the alteration of street names and the introduction of strict rules. Additionally, the use of Polish in public conversations was banned. So this city has been through quite a lot, but thankfully it's not like that anymore. I mean, sometimes the history that I read just completely baffles me. Like, who do these people think they are, you know? People like Putin and that. It's 2022, get a life, mate, do you know what I mean? Unfortunately, his life's probably coming to an end soon, thankfully. But yeah, what these people have been through, I mean, ever since I've been in Poland, I've just met lots of lovely people, you know? Why would you ever want to oppress them, you know? Complete joke, absolute joke, you know? Get rid of these people, I say. People like Putin, people that are oppressive, you know? We don't need you in this world, we really don't. But anyway, we're right at the end of the street here, and you can see the big old church here. This street here is very old looking. This reminds me of when we were in Tbilisi in Georgia. I don't know how old these buildings are, but I mean, they're very dark looking, look. So we just come out of the city centre now, and we just come down this little side street. It's interesting. It's interesting to see how people live here, and you know, just the different types of buildings and stuff. Recently, I set up a Patreon, so if anyone wants to support me there, I'll put a link down below. I also want to give a shout out to Katarzyna Pujek. I think that's how you pronounce your name. I'm sorry if it isn't, for being a Patreon too. So thank you. And now I've just spotted this, well, it's behind the tree now. That was the worst timing ever. But there's a big tower over there that I spotted, and well, we're gonna go and check that out now. And it looks like there's quite some quite interesting buildings as well. So we're gonna go and take a look at those over there behind the trees. Well, here's the tower shaft I was just talking about. Apparently you can climb to the top and get some fantastic views of the city. Couldn't find any info, but apparently it is called Warszawa, so Warsaw 2 or something. I don't know, you guys tell me, you'll know better, you'll always tell me. I've no idea, but apparently it's quite an interesting place, an old industrial area, I think. I don't like heights though, so I hope it's closed. Otherwise Yulichka will make me go to the top. Well, unfortunately, the tower was shut. I'm gutted. Oh, I'm so gutted. Yes, yes, don't have to go up. I hate heights. Anyway, so we've ended up in some museum, which feels a bit like a science fiction film, like I'm about to be locked up for like in a padded cell or something. But let's go and check out this museum. I have no clue what it's about. I feel like I'm in a sci-fi film. Yulichka thinks it's a museum of water. You can see all the ice particles. Okay, sit rep, it's not a museum of water. You just got that wrong. It's the works by Ludwika Agorzelek have been displayed in many places around the world. Currently they may also be seen at the Silesian Museum in Katowice. The exhibition is titled Underground Exhibition. So it's an underground exhibition, and its name directly refers to the specific architecture of the museum space. I invite people to enter my sculpture, where they cease being but a viewer. I'm actually a little frightened now. If this could be the last video you ever see. It's okay, it's just an art exhibition. Wow, check this out. I do like a nice painting. Look at that. Don't know who that chap is, but he looks pretty dapper, doesn't he? We'll show you a few of these paintings. This is a nice one. Wojciech Cossack. Check this one out with the horses. Look at that. Takes some skill to paint that. The only thing I can paint is the ceiling. And this gentleman here, well, he reminds me a little bit of Boise from Only Fools and Horses. Do you remember Boise? Marlene. Of course it's not Boise, but just reminded me of him. This looks like one of those things you get in the opticians. No, off the camera. If I take my glasses off, right, this is how bad my eyesight is. So if I stand here, I'm about 2 meters away. I can only read down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to the 4th. So the 4th I can just about work out, but the 5th line and all the others are just a blur. That is how bad my eyesight is. And now I can see everything. This is cool, look. Going through the 80s. We've got the old transistor radio there. So we're starting here in 1982 here, look. We've got all these photos, look. And like when I was a kid, I'm an 80s boy. I was actually born in the 70s. That's one of those things you put slides in, isn't it? I'm not sure. Oh, the old VHS. I used plenty of them. Plenty of those. 1985. Wow. You got an old drill here. I wonder if it still works. Oh, look at that camera. Fantastic. Oh, and the old tapes, look. Wow, you got a C60 there, 60-minute. Used to use loads of these tapes. Listening to Radio 1 in the UK. Make sure you get the top 40 on the Sunday. Well, that was a fascinating museum, which I didn't expect to see here. So that was really interesting. So I would recommend coming to Katowice just to see the museum. The sun's in my eyes really badly. Unfortunately, we haven't got much time to see much more because we've got to get back to catch our bus back home to Katowice. So guys, it's been a fairly interesting one today. Well, that was Katowice. Obviously there's a lot more cities to see yet here in beautiful Poland, and we look forward to it. So goodbye from me, goodbye from you, Lichka.
Goodbye.
Goodbye from the big tower, which I was really glad was shut today because I'm scared of heights. Yay! Alright guys, see you on the next one.